As I'm walking to your place, I'm shaking. I am picturing the words in my mind. I cannot stand losing you. No, I will
Unmute your mic, Nelson. Thank you. Let me see here. Probably Colleen said, check sound. Thank you, Colleen. Thank you, everyone in the chat room. Let's start this again, shall we? And go. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another weekly Pixel Geek live stream. I'm your host, Nelson. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, it's been a busy week for me and the rest of the Pixel Geek team. But before we get into that, how was your week? How are you? And more importantly, where are you watching from? So I want to say hi to people in the chat room right now. We have Sean, John, Ayush, Junio, and Oli W, Adele, Benjamin, Christian is here. Pablo is back. 20G Creative is back. Christian, yes. Welcome. Where are you all from? And how was your week? So if you're watching live stream, thank you so much. If you don't want to chime in a live chat, that's totally fine. At least you're here. Hopefully you're learning something. And if you're watching a recording of this, thank you for clicking on the video and supporting this channel. Let's see here. We got Dallas, Texas. Brazil's in the house. 2 people from Dallas. Hey, John, 20G Creative. You guys should work together on a Webflow project or a challenge or something. We have Toronto here. Austin, Texas. Okay, Texas is in the house. 3 people. Nice. Awesome. London. Sorry I didn't mention before. Adele is from France. Welcome. That's awesome. Los Angeles. Okay. French dude living in Los Angeles. Nice. Scotland. Well, I hope you all are doing well, staying safe, masking up, and staying healthy. I mean, we're all going to get through this together, and we just need to, help each other out. India, Durham. Durham. Welcome. Okay, so what are we talking about today? We'll be going over how to customize your Webflow forms. I still see some of these questions pop up on Twitter and on other social media and other Webflow communities. So I'm like, okay, might as well make a video about it just to help people with this knowledge. Let me see here. All right, but before we get into that, let's talk about what happened this week. And what happened was we did our visual dev course beta. And so what it was is a whole week of teaching people who aren't really familiar with Webflow yet, haven't used it completely, or they would so I had one student who never opened it ever before. I had another who was a marketer, or who she was a marketer, And she would tell developers what the specs are and what to do, but then she wouldn't do it herself, and she wanted to learn how to do stuff herself. And another person who is a graphic designer who's dabbled with Webflow but still didn't understand the concepts. And so the whole point of it was to teach people how to use Webflow, but first starting with the concepts of what is HTML really, what is CSS, all the way to now you understand how to build things in Webflow with collections and make it responsive, and when to use these certain CSS styles. And they were able to understand that. And it was very amazing and empowering. And it was just so, so fun. And I can't wait to see what they build. So now that we've finished that, we're going to look through our own notes and polish the course and open it up to more people. So it's a live course, 4 hours a day, Monday through Friday. That's 20 hours of live learning where I teach you live. And if you have any questions, I will answer them live with you. All right. So this is not a pre-recorded course. This is just like my live streams, but it's an intense 5-day, 20-hour course. And we're going to open that up to around, I think, 20 seats sometime in February. All right. So it's a beginner course to teach you all the concepts, the basics of web design and Webflow in 20 hours. All right. So be on the lookout for when we open those seats. And if that works, we're going to do another one for advanced stuff like Webflow e-commerce, Webflow integrations with Zapier, Webflow integrations with MemberStack so you can make a membership site, and how to connect that with Circle, a community chat board, and how to start letting people pay for memberships, kind of like on pixelgeek.community right now. Everything that I know, including Webflow interactions, that'll be the advanced course. So what I'm trying to do is show you, give off the knowledge of everything that I've learned in my past 20 years of web design and past 7 years of Webflow, give that all to you in a live format, 20 hours. So that's what's happening. That's the roadmap. And if that works, how do you run a business using Webflow? Yeah, so there's the roadmap. And I hope you will join us for the first live course when it comes out in February. All right. So yeah, that's what happened. And man, that was a great week. So yeah, let's see here. BCA, hey Nelson, welcome. Rage My Dream made it to a live stream. Yay, you made it. Where are you from, Rage? Camilla's here. Abdul. Nice. Another announcement. Just want to shout out to Mackenzie Child, who launched a free clonable framework called Hatch. Dude is so good with he is so where am I? There I am. He's really, really good when it comes to illustrations. I'm looking at that bird. I'm like, that is so cute. That is so cute. And it makes sense why he's calling it Hatch, because his brand is flamingo.co. So, I mean, you can clone this right now. I strongly suggest you clone it right now. Like, open up a new tab, clone it right now. If Colleen, you can put the link in the chat, clone this right now, because he's going to lock it down sometime soon, and it'll be a paid for clonable template. So get it now. And so that way you don't have to pay for it. All right. And so it's a nice style guide, a nice framework to help you, help you get started faster with your Webflow projects. So let me see here, project setup. So yeah, he already has class names for you. If you go to documentation, you can see everything. Mackenzie. Okay, so here we go. So it takes you to a Notion page, and it shows you how to use all the class names. Man, he got really, oh, wow. That's really detailed. This guy worked. He worked. What is going on? Okay. Yeah. So even if you're not going to use it, just clone it still. And you may use it in the future. So big ups to Mackenzie. Check out flowmingo.co. Really good person. Really, really good person. All right. We're done with announcements. Let's get into the tutorial. Let's go and figure out, what are we doing? I don't know. Just kidding. We're playing around with Webflow forms. All right. So what is the first thing I'm going to talk about? Hold on. Got to go to my notes. Okay. So there's 2 ways to get a form onto your page. The easiest way is going to layouts right here. So add elements panel, layouts, and you have your contact form. Drag that in. Cool, you're done. Publish your site. Go home. Do whatever. You're done. All right. There's that. Or if you want to further customize it as far as the layout goes, you can go to add elements panel and drag in a form block. And so a form block compared to a pre-built layout form is very baseline. It's like you get your form block, you get your field label, your text field. Yeah. So there's 2 ways to start on your form. Obviously, the pre-built layout way is much more better. All right. So we have this here, and as far as this pre-built layout goes, it has a section, a container, and then all this content that you can just double click and change. All right. As far as the layout goes for this, it's actually inside of a grid. And that's how you have these 2 columns. So you have first name, last name, email, phone number. And why does this message take up both columns? It's because it's spanning 2 columns. So with grid, you can do call spans. Okay. Column span 2. Or if I wanted to go 1, I can just drag that corner handle, and there you go. All right. And the cool thing about this pre-built layout is it saves so much time, especially when it comes to responsive, because if I go here, boom, it's already responsive. So let's preview. So yeah. All right. So there's that. Yeah. And also, if you have any questions during this tutorial, ask them in the live chat, and Colleen will jot it down for me, and I'll answer it after the tutorial. Or if you have a project that you're working on and you need help with it, share your read-only link. Okay? Share your read-only link or your finished website link, and I will review it or help you out with whatever you need help out with in your project. All right. So we have that contact form, and that's all done. And if you want to add more fields, like for example, if you want to add another field, you have a bunch of options right here. So another label, input, or even a select field. So if I drag a select field in here, there we go. Okay, so I have this select field here, and that select field, to edit the choices for that drop down, I would go on the element settings page or tab. Okay. So that's that. Now, there's still some people who do not know that you can play around with the styles of the placeholder. So what is a placeholder? So it's usually text that is inside of a text box, input text box, that you can overwrite. So for example, if I click on the cog, I can say type your first name here. Okay. And as you can see, it's like the opacity is kind of faint compared to this black. And so if I start typing, it goes away. If I delete it, then that placeholder comes back. But what if you want a different type of placeholder style? You can go to your text field and give it a class name. We're going to call it text input. Ooh, sorry. You call it text input. And then this drop down, because it's a form field, it has this new state called placeholder. So I can click on that, and then I get this green class. So it's a special class, special combo class. And then I can style this however I want. You know, like what if I want the text input to be red, you know, or faint red, something like this, you know, or make it big for some reason. I don't know why. And so if I start typing inside of it, it goes away. So the style of the placeholder will not be the same style as the type that is actually being added into the box. Okay, so placeholder. Really simple. All right. Let's see here. Hold on. Okay. Another thing you can do with your forms is you can have, so we have a drop down field, right? If someone wants to select a choice, they can. But then Webflow has this option right here where you can let people select multiple, right? So people can select multiple in that field. So if I click on one, that's the problem though. I can only click on one. The only way to click multiple, to choose multiple, is to hold Control or Command on your keyboard. But like that's such a bad user experience, you know? So how do we fix this? With custom code. Now don't worry, I'll break it down for you as simple as possible. I know that Webflow is a no-code tool, but there are times like this where low code can really help the user experience. All right, so what I'm going to use is this thing called select to. Okay, and select to is a way to, let me see here, let me get an example. Select to is a way for multi-select to make it look better. So for example, see we have a bunch of states, okay, and what if I want to choose multiple states? Okay, so let me just choose the first one. 1, 2. That's much better rather than having to hold control. Or sorry, control or command. And then users can actually deselect or remove certain items. All right. So I will show you how to add this to your Webflow project right now. Okay. So we have our select field and we have allow multiple selection turned on. Now let's go to our select field and let's name it. Let's give it a name. We'll call it my select field. Okay. Oh, why does it do that? So my select field is the name of this. That's the name of this box. So what I'm going to do is go to select2.org and then copy this code right here. So I'm going to copy it, these 2 lines, and I'm going to paste it into my page's header tag. Okay, so in the custom code, I'm going to paste it in the header tag, save. So what does these 2 lines mean? It's basically bringing in their own custom CSS and the JavaScript, the magical JavaScript that'll make this happen. All right, so yeah, save. We're done with that part. And now, we're done with that We're going to go basic usage and multi-select box. And right there, the last part right here. So this is saying when the web page is done loading, that's what this means. When the page is done loading, when the page is ready, do something. Okay, and so what is that something? That something is find a class name, find an element with this class name, and then do the magical JavaScript-y stuff that makes this happen. There it is. So when the page is ready, do magical things to this element. So I'm going to copy this. Oops. What? So I'm going to copy that piece of code, go back to my pages panel, and paste it at the end body tag. Oops. Yeah, paste it at the end body tag. And I need to wrap this with the word script. The reason why is because we need to tell the computer, hey, I have some JavaScript right here. And so the computer will be like, okay, cool. Tell me what that JavaScript is. Well, that JavaScript is when the page is ready, do something. And what is that something? Well, find a thing called mySelectField and do that beautiful, magical JavaScript stuff that someone already coded and I don't want to do. Cool. Save, publish, and you're done. Let's take a look. And it didn't work. Yay! Why? Select to is not a function. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Great stream, Nelson. Thanks. Oh, wait, did I... Well, no, that's right. I pull this in. Wait, my script is in there. Yeah, JS deliver. Select to is not a function. I did it on Pixel Geek website. What? All right. Fail stream. Let me go look on the Pixel Geek website. I'm pulling up the Pixel Geek community website right now. Hold on. Pixel Geek. Pixel-geek-community. Let me see here. Where did I do it on? I forget. Is it content submission? Is it this cat? Yeah, it's the tags. So I have tags. Oh, okay. So I put the JavaScript at the end. Okay. There's my problem. So this part right here that they told you to put in the head, it's supposed to be in the footer. So the CSS is the only thing that goes into the head tag. And then right here in the end body tag, that's where I would put that magical JavaScript. Hopefully this works. Yes, it did work. Okay, cool. So if I click here into this box, there we go. Now it's much easier. Much more easier and more friendly to the eyes. Okay, so what did we learn? We learned that you need to name your field, your multi-select field, name it something. Then take that code from select2.org and paste the CSS line, that CSS line right here in the head tag. You paste the JavaScript line right here in the end body tag, and then you own your own, then you add your own JavaScript, which is the, when the page is ready, find my select field, and then do the magical JavaScript stuff. And that's it. publish your site, and you're good to go. Cool. All right, we got that one done. Let me go into chat and see what's going on. Whoa, that's a lot of people. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Kamel, watching all your videos and learning so much from you and the Webflow community. Thank you. I'm glad you're learning. That's the whole point. So, actually, that's half of the point. If you can do me a favor, please, whatever you learn, pass that forward to someone else. Especially if you speak a language other than English. There's so much opportunity out there for Webflow tutorials to be created in different languages. So, Kamel, if you speak something else, do it. Please pass that knowledge forward. All right. Sebastian, hey, what's the best platform to pair up Webflow forms to get multiple responses sent to multiple email addresses? I'm actually going to go through that. The next step of this form customization, I'm going to go into how to connect this form with Zapier. So, yeah, I will get into that. I have some questions about form integrations. What is the best way to link a Webflow form with HubSpot, Zapier, and Integromat, or just style the embed directly from HubSpot? Oh, cool. I'm going to be talking about Zapier, not HubSpot or Integromat, but maybe you can take these concepts to HubSpot and Integromat. Cool. So I guess I'll just move on. All right. So let's go into that next part. Zapier. So let me pull up Zapier real quick on my computer. Login. Okay. Yeah, I'll do that later. Hold on. Okay, so what do I need to do? Hold on, I'm thinking. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. So, we're here with our form. And what we want to do is whenever...
My apologies.
What?
I don't understand.
Shh, quiet you. That was funny. So whenever someone submits this form, the form data by default gets saved into your Webflow project. Okay, it goes to the project settings, forms, and your forms are saved here in the form submission data. You can also have that form send that data over to any email address or multiple email addresses. As you can see here where it says a comma separated list of emails to send form submissions to. So you can just be like something at example.com, something else at example.com. So you can put as many email addresses as you want. The problem with this is no matter what form, if you have like multiple forms on your website, no matter which form that gets submitted, all of that data will go to all of these people. It doesn't matter which form. You can have a form for general contact. You can have a form for business inquiries or press inquiries. Like say you have 3 different forms on your site on 3 different pages. Once someone submits any of those forms, it goes to this same batch of people. You cannot reroute it. So yeah, you can't reroute this inside of Webflow natively. You can use Webflow with a Zapier integration, and that's what we're going to go through right now. If you're not familiar with Zapier, Zapier is the middle platform between 2 platforms. So from Webflow, you can send that data to Zapier, and then from Zapier, you can send it to almost anywhere. Like if you go to Explore and you just look at all the, there we go, over 2,000 apps that you can send your data to. Sheets, Gmail, Slack. I mean, it goes on and on. Even SMS. You can send, like, if someone submits a form, send that data to Zapier and then have that data sent to your mom's phone as a text message. I don't know. Or to your own phone as a text message. Like, there's so many things you can do. Instapay. What's close? Trainerize? Huh. Yeah. Just so many things that you can send that data to. So Zapier is really cool. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. So before you start using Zapier, you need to submit fake data. So that way Zapier has something to work with. Right now you have an empty bucket. And so if you were to start Zapier is going to be like, okay, cool, where's the data? And then you're telling them, you know what? I have no data, but do something. It's like, no, and Zapier is going to be like, no. All right. So give Zapier fake data to work with. So first name, be like Sarah, last name Connor. All right. Email address from the future at example.com. Phone number 555-5555. Message, I'll be back. Cool. Submit. All right. Awesome. I submitted it. And if I go here to my forms settings in my project and press submit or refresh, scroll down. Yay, I have my data. Cool. Sarah Connor from the future. First there, I'll be back. Sweet. Wait, I have extra fields? I'll have to look in that later. Anyways, so we have our fake data. Now we can go to Zapier, and Zapier's free. It's a freemium, so you can create zaps right now for free. And I would strongly suggest learning Zapier because such a great tool to have. All right, so I want to connect Webflow with an HTML. I want to do email. Let's see here. Email by Zapier. Okay. So now it's like, well, okay, what's the trigger? When this happens, okay, so when a new form submission happens, send an outbound email through Zapier. Okay. Use Zap. Let that load. And so now Webflow is like, okay, cool. So which Webflow account do you want me to use? And I'm going to use the one. That's what I named it. And so now after you connect your account with Zapier, your Webflow account with Zapier, then you can search through your sites. So what's this one called? Nelson's Stunning Project. So that's the name of it. So I need to find it. There we go. So I found the site that I'm working on. The form name, contact form, continue. Test trigger. And that part right there, when I clicked on test trigger, that's when Zapier is like, okay, cool. Let me look through this site right now and see if there's any form submissions that I can work with. If you don't do that, then Zapier again will say, I don't know what to work with. So this is the part that I'm talking about. Okay. So it has all my data that I just submitted. Cool. Now we can continue. So step 2, send an outbound email. So email by Zapier, send an outbound email, continue. That's what I want. And now we just connect the dots. We can send this data to someone at example.com. Okay. And the subject line will be whatever you want. And then this data right here in the body of the email, you start making up an email. Hello there. Here is the data from the contact form that was just submitted. Okay. And so now you can just put in whatever. Like, I want to put the name, the email of the person, and then the name of the first name of the person, space, last name. And so you're just like making a template. Okay. And then also let's put in this field right here, which is the multi-select. And then lastly, let's put a phone number. Oh, and the message. There we go. So we have all of that. And so all of that information will get sent to someone at example.com. And you can just press continue and you can send a test. Test and continue. And then once that's done, you would turn it on. Okay. And there you go. So that's how to send, basically do the same thing that Webflow is doing right now, but through Zapier. But now we're going to add another form. Okay. So here's how we're going to do that. Let me go back to my designer. All right. And let me copy and paste this form. So I copy and paste this contact form, and let's call this business form. Okay. And so it has all the same fields, but the only thing that's different is if I go to the form block right here and I look at the form name, I want to change this to business form. Okay. Now that that's done, I'm going to publish, refresh my page, and now I have two forms. Let's go ahead and start typing something. Johnny Business. Email. I don't know. At example.com. Phone number. And then select fields, we'll just do third, and hey there for the message. I'm going to press submit, and there we go. My business form has been submitted. So I've made fake data. So what I can do with this exact Zap is I can go back, press back. Hold on, I have to name it, huh? Hold on. Okay, send outbound email. Okay, cool. I have to know the name of my Zap. Where's that? Send outbound. I have so many Zaps. There we go. So what I can do is I can just make a copy of this. Okay, so I made a copy. Wait, send. There we go. So I have two of them. Let me rename this. So this one we're gonna... I didn't want to do that. Sorry, I just wanted to rename. So I want to rename this to contact form. And then the copy, I'm going to rename this to business form. I'm going to go into this Zapier. And for the form submission, the first step, I'm going to set up the trigger and see how I have the form name contact form. I'm going to change this to business form. Continue. Test the trigger. It found my new data. Then for this outbound, instead of this going to someone at example.com, this one needs to go to business inquiries. I don't know if I spelled that right. Whatever. At example.com. So as you can see, if I change the name of the form, let me show you where again. If I change the name of the form by clicking on form block and then going to the form name, I can tell Zapier, hey, based on this form, send it to this one person. If it's a completely different form, use a different use a completely different Zap that'll send data to a completely different person. And so you can make as many forms as you want and have it routed to the right person. All right. So that's the three things: placeholder styling, styling your multi-select drop-down field, and connecting multiple Webflow forms, sending that data out through Zapier to different people. All right. Cool. Let's go to the chat. Junio, this tip on how to customize the placeholder text helped me a lot. I broke my head so already. Broke your head? Huh? Well, I'm glad to help. I mean, see, there's like, you'll never know who you'll help. Even if you think, oh, this information, this knowledge that I have about this one thing, like, I'm not going to tweet it out. I'm not going to help. I'm not going to say it out loud or make a tutorial about it because it's so basic. People already know. No, there's a lot of people who don't know. So throw that knowledge, whatever that knowledge is, that might help. You never know. So, I mean, placeholder to me was very basic, but I felt like I needed to tell some people because I saw that one person didn't know about it. So how many other people don't? There you go. Glad to help, Junio. Luke, welcome back, Luke. Pixel Geek, you've been giving to the Webflow community for years and years. Thank you for your efforts. I appreciate you. You're welcome. Unanswered question. Here we go. So, Sebastian, hey, what's the best platform to pair up for Webflow forms to get multiple responses sent to multiple? Well, there you go. Use Zapier. And Pablo, yeah, that's how you use Zapier. Let's see here. Michael, oh no, Mubarak. Could you perhaps show how to customize a radio button? Sure. Sure thing. Here we go. All right, so radio button for this business form. Let's go ahead. Actually, on the contact form, because at the top. Yeah, you all can see now. All right, add elements panel, radio button. Drag that in to this part right here, this cell, and there we go. So you can, customize that text label however you want. Change font, make it bigger. Something like that. I can even set these to center. Oh, no, not the grid child. Set this to flex and have them vertically centered. Nope. There it is, vertically centered. Let's move this away. All right, so there's playing around with the layout and playing around with the text. But this right here, maybe this is what you're talking about. There is a custom style. I haven't used this much, but if you click on custom, you can play around with some CSS stuff. Like, let's see here. Radio button. Is there any extra? Ah, there we go. So when you give that radio button a class name, just like in the select, just like in a text field form, how you get that placeholder and you can style a placeholder, you have to give the radio button a class name and then you reveal this extra special combo class of checked. So what does this look like when the radio button is checked? So as you can see there, it looks, hold on, let me preview. Oh man, it looks like nothing because I didn't style it. Checked. All right. I mean, let's make this bigger. Hold on. I can't see what I'm doing. Let's make this like 50-50. There we go. A big circle. All right. We have a big circle, and when it's checked, what happens is Webflow gives it a border of 4 pixels in that blue color. So I can make this even bigger. Like that, and give it a background color of orange because it's complementary to blue. Preview, and wait, let me uncheck it. There we go. So if I preview, it doesn't work. Why? Hold on, let me publish it and try it again. There it goes. So it doesn't work inside of Webflow preview, but if you publish it, you'll be able to see it. All right, so that's how you customize radio buttons. Hopefully that makes sense. So just to recap, we gave our radio button a class name, and then we styled that class. With a width and height of 50 pixels. Geez, sorry with my zooming. Okay, so we gave that a width and height of 50 pixels. And then we revealed the special combo class of checked, and then we played around with that with the background color and borders. Okay? And because this is just basic CSS, I mean, I think you can do gradients. Okay, cool. Yeah, you can do gradients. You can do radial gradients or add in an image. You know, it's your world. You do what you want. But yeah, so that's radio. Hope that helps. Okay. Michael Collins, do you have any suggestions for getting around the form elements do not have associated labels accessibility error when adding inputs and labels to the form? Select and field label. Okay, so Webflow has a new accessibility audit feature, which is really, really good because a lot of websites aren't accessible. And so this is what I'm talking about right here. This is new. So this is the audits checker beta. So if I open it, it shows you if there's any issues for accessibility. So the labels are already done for us. So I'm wondering, because I haven't used it yet. I haven't used that auditor yet. So I need to see that issue happening. Oh, okay, cool. Colleen says she just got the link. All right, let me copy that link. Copy link. Nope. Nope. That's not what I want. There you go. That's what I want. Cool. Okay. Oh, okay. So, but is this the label? Okay. If I do an accessibility checker, look, I don't see anything wrong. Everything is fine. I don't know. Do you not see the? Do you get an error in here? Because it looks fine. Yeah, that would be something that I also need to explore because I haven't used the auditor yet. It just came out. But yeah, I need to use that. Ooh, for this one client project I'm working on right now. And they have a lot of images. Oof. All right, moving on. Next question. How do we prevent fake email submissions? Like from bots and whatnot? You would use reCAPTCHA. Error is in Lighthouse. According to yeah, sorry Michael, I can't answer the question. Yeah, I need to look up more about select fields and labels. Because when I first started making forms inside of Webflow, I'm like, oh, okay, you have a label that's on top of or right before a input field. Cool. But maybe I'm doing it wrong. So I need to look that up. All right, last two questions, and we're done with today's quick stream. And the reason why this was a quick stream is because we started at 11, but at 10 o'clock, I did a private Google Meet with some Pixel Geek Pro and Pixel Geek members. So these are paid members of the community, and once or twice a month, I do private sessions to help you with any questions you have, or help you with any client projects you have, or just answer questions about web design, Webflow in general. So I'm here to help you. So thanks again to those who are supporting the community, and for you all for being here. So that's why the stream is short. But yeah, last questions. Here we go. Brian, how do we prevent fake email submissions? So Webflow has a integration or component with reCAPTCHA. All right, reCAPTCHA is that thing where you know, it checks if you're a robot. So yeah, so all you would do is drag that in to your project, usually right above. Yeah, usually right above. Form cannot have more than one reCAPTCHA. One? There's none in there. That's strange. Try it again. Huh. Okay, well, let me... No idea. Let me drag in a fresh form block and drag in a reCAPTCHA. Okay, that worked. So when you drag in a reCAPTCHA, you'll get this component, all right? And then this red thing that says site key must be set in project settings forms. And so what this means is you need to connect this website with your Google account, so that way you get a key. So if I double click this, go to form settings, and so this is where you would put your site key and your secret key for reCAPTCHA. How to get those? You can just register for a key right here. And once you get that all squared away, paste those two things in here and then enable it. So the thing about reCAPTCHA though is if you have multiple forms all over your website, each form, all of your forms need to have that reCAPTCHA component in there. If you only turn it on for one, then the other forms that have that do not have a reCAPTCHA, they will not work. They will get an error. Okay, but the one that does have reCAPTCHA will work. So once you turn this on, it has to be on for all your forms. Another thing about reCAPTCHA is you cannot style this. This is it. You can't change the colors, can't change the font. Nope. You get this style, you got to live with it. All right. So it's just one of those things that, do you want spam mail or do you want this that kind of breaks your style? You don't want spam mail. So just put it in. All right. All right. Last one, last question, giving it to 20G. Can you show the new block options? The ones where each choice is a button, like for different variants. New block options? What do you mean? Are you talking about the thing I just did earlier in the stream with select 2? Not sure. Okay, I'll take your question if you can respond right away. But let me go to HG Web Design's question. Is there a way that Webflow verifies 2 specified fields? Email addresses contain equal values. Oh, no, that would be JavaScript. You would have to do a JavaScript where it's like, hey, if whatever is inputted into this one text field, is it exactly the same as the one in the second one? If so, do something. So I would suggest looking for something like JavaScript checking field, checking form fields or something like that. Because in my head, I'm thinking like if form field one value is equal to form field 2 value, then do something. If not, do something else. Yeah. So there's a way, but there's custom code, and I don't have time for that. But bring that question next week, and I will answer it if you still have that question. All right. Colleen, 20G might be asking about e-commerce. Oh, 20G, are you talking about e-commerce? It's different options like drop-down list instead of buttons. Yeah, not sure what you mean. But also bring that question. Can you show the new block options, the one where each choice is a button, like for different variants? Yeah, not sure. Not sure in that question. Okay, so it is e-commerce. So I haven't played around with that new e-commerce feature where different product variants have different buttons. But it is webflow.com/updates. So this is what you are talking about. Came out last month. So yeah, you can, if you're doing Webflow e-commerce and you have a bunch of variants, it used to be you can only use a drop down, but now you can set it as buttons. Yeah. So I think they have, do they have on Webflow University? Variants. Oh yeah, okay, right here. So so right here. So when you drag in your options list, you can have either a select field, which is that drop down, or buttons. So that's all it is. And you can only add it to e-commerce forms. You cannot add it to any other regular form. Okay. All right. That's all the time we have for today. Again, I want to say thank you to everyone who watches these streams, who supports this channel, who supports the community. You all are wonderful, and there's so many great things that lie ahead for Pixel Geek, for this community. Starting with the live visual dev course. I'm very grateful that I had 3 students to help me. I'm very grateful that I had 3 wonderful volunteers to help me organize it. It was so fun to do, very tiring, but still so rewarding for everyone involved. I hope if you want to learn more about web design and you're starting from scratch, or you need to understand the concepts of web design, the next course is opening in February 2021. We'll have around 20 seats available. So be on the lookout for my tweets. Follow me on The Pixel Geek on Twitter. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. I will announce more information about that when it comes by. But yeah, that's it. Whew. Appreciate you all. So I'll see you next time. And as always, make the web beautiful together. See ya.